Hey there, gamers! You guys have helped us make it all the way to the game's 4th anniversary, and to thank you guys, we're going to give you the opportunity to get any unit of your choice. That's right, inside this one ticket lies the opportunity to get many incredible units. You can get Movie Edition Cloud, Mastermind Zone, and the OP Dragon couple we know you guys love. In fact, we're going to triple this deal and let you get 3 tickets! And they only cost $25 each! So yeah, to celebrate the 4th anniversary, Goomies asked us to fork over $25. In exchange, they'll give us a ticket where we can then choose to keep one unit from a selected pool. But before I get into this, I'd like to ask, are you really planning on spending $25 on a PNG file? I mean, just think of what you can use $25 on. You can buy a nice dinner for yourself. Or, if you don't need to eat food, you can buy Nier Automata. But, well, if you clicked on this video, you're probably interested in the ticket already, so yeah, let's talk about this. I didn't talk about the first ticket available since I didn't think anyone would have trouble making any kind of decision on it. But the second Nyx era ticket is far more perplexing, as it contains many powerful units. 4 Winds Physalis is one of the best magic damage dealers. War Hero Reagan is one of the best physical damage dealers. Riku II is an excellent breaker, and Dragon Knight Freya is actually one of the most powerful finishers in the game. And then we have Mastermind Zone. Now, the way I see it, you can't really make a good tier list for this ticket. All of the units here are extremely good, and their rows and specialties are so different that you'll probably just buy this ticket because you have a particular unit or row in mind. So all that aside, I'm going to talk about Mastermind Zone, as he is the one standout unit here with abilities that aren't replicated by any other unit. So, Mastermind Zone is a supporter. You shouldn't think of him as a pure damage dealer because he's really bad at it. But his supporting capabilities are so unique that he remains as one of the most popular units in the game. While it's true that Mastermind Zone's attack is bad, his abilities let him chain with many different families. Boating Shrike, Stardust Ray, Absolute Mirror of Equity, Absolute Zero, and Oreo Ray are the most common chaining families used by many players. He doesn't have a move that can chain with Chaos Wave Awakened, but that's rather moot at this point. He can break in a pinch, but hopefully you won't really need it. He's also great for regular everyday content, as he doubles your earned gil, has the ability to steal items and more gil, and improves item drop rates to boot. Furthermore, he has an incredible Super Trustmaster reward, a 165 attack knife with innate dual wield and 30% physical evasion. With his Trustmaster reward equipped, he's already set for 50% evasion. With his Super Trustmaster reward equipped, that jumps up to 80%, so it is incredibly easy to turn him into an evasion provoke tank. You don't need him for his damage after all. But Mastermind Zone's real claim to fame is his ability to take the buffs of other units and give them to the rest of your team. Let's use a basic example. Take any powerful physical damage dealer, and use a cooldown ability that gives them a 250% boost in attack or something. Now, with Mastermind Zone, you can take that buff and spread it to the rest of your team. What are you going to do with a 250% attack boosted healer? No idea, but the whole point is to think outside the box of Mastermind Zone. His unique strategic value comes from the ability to copy most buffs from an individual teammate or enemy onto himself, and project almost all of those buffs on him to your whole team for 4 turns. This is ridiculous with the right setup. Let's use a better example. Lucas here can buff your entire team's elemental resistance by 120%. That's great, Lucas. Have a cookie. Unfortunately, it only lasts for 1 turn. But with Mastermind Zone's cooldown ability, you can take that 120% elemental buff and make it last for 4 turns. That's fantastic, but keep in mind that there are certain buffs that Mastermind Zone is unable to spread, like an increased limit burst damage or any type of mitigation. The most useful cases to use Mastermind Zone is to copy the massive active killer buffs that many finishers can cast on themselves to double or triple your chainer's damage, or to copy the massive 300% stat buffs any unit might be able to provide. Of course, you can also use him to extend the amount of turns that certain buffs are active for. Let's talk about this more in detail. Mechanically, he has 4 active skills that can copy certain type of buffs from a single unit. These are selective to each skill. One can copy boost to the limit burst gauge fill rate, resistance to status ailments including stop and charm, resistance to stat debuffs, gain whatever HP and MP restoration the unit might have, and re-raise. A second skill lets him copy the active elemental imbues and resistances from one unit. A third gives him the stat boost, killer buffs, and a limit burst damage increase that only he will ultimately benefit from. The final one copies all of the buffs except for limit burst damage increase, but these buffs have to be on the enemy first. This would be great in Arena, if the arena was serious enough that you needed it. These mirror skills, along with the projection skill and a skill that lets him evade one physical attack and negates the next magic spell, can be triple casted together or double casted with most of his other chaining skills. Furthermore, he has a Magnus ability that copies enemies' buffs and dispels every effect that benefits the enemy. Now, keep in mind that his projection skill is on a 7-turn cooldown, so you can't rely on having buffs up all the time. But this is nevertheless valuable in events like Dark Visions, where you aim to take down the enemy as soon as possible. This can even open up many possibilities for one-turn kill teams in difficult trials. So, with all that said, let's get back to the point of the video. Should you spend $25 on Mastermind Zone? No, absolutely not, no. That was my initial answer to this question. But think about it. Outright buying Mastermind Zone is probably cheaper than taking the risk to get him. I'm fairly certain that there are many dolphins and whales out there who have spent much more than $25 to get a single unit. Off the top of my head, I'd say $25 is a little less than the cost of one step on a standard step-up gacha banner. Be honest here. If you don't take the time to complete Dark Visions each time it comes around, chances are you probably won't finish it even if you get Mastermind Zone. Mastermind Zone excels in Dark Visions. Everywhere else has much less overbearing limitations. For instance, if you want to use him in trials, you can literally borrow a friend Mastermind Zone to use him there instead. Moreover, non-Dark Vision trials are not designed to be cleared quickly, making Zone's inability to keep projected buffs up for a long period of time a significant problem. This might seem like a really weird question, but Mastermind Zone is absolutely useless if you don't have any other good units. He doesn't shine in Dark Visions unless your team already has a variety of strong active killers and elemental imbues to work with. Standout companion units are Crown Prince Noctis, Sylvie, Regina, and literally anyone else with rare killer breaks. So in the end, Mastermind Zone is an excellent unit that can really raise your playing level. But is he worth the $25? If you care about Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, I'd say yes. But as a free-to-play, I'm not willing to spend $25 in the first place. And one more thing, Mastermind Zone isn't limited. He's still in the regular pool for most types of banners, so it's entirely possible to get him by accident. After that, it's just a matter of getting his prism to awaken him. But know this, if Mastermind Zone were available to purchase by spending Lapis, I'd be far more comfortable with getting him at that moment. Thanks for watching, and if you like this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Comment below if you plan to buy Mastermind Zone, and if you'd be interested in a video for a reveal of the third $25 ticket. Not only does that one include Mastermind Zone, it also carries several incredible units. But with that being said, it won't change my free-to-play opinion.